Okay, so the final score we're looking at is 83-74. Victoria Country taking the win over New South Wales Metro.
Yeah, and it was quite the battle. Definitely not a straightforward game.
Not at all. And looking through the breakdown here, the big story seems to be just how much the momentum swung back and forth.
Yeah.
That's what we really want to dive into today, how that lead kept changing and, what was driving those shifts.
Absolutely. It starts right from the tip-off, doesn't it? Victoria Country just exploded out of the gates. A 15-0 run to start the game.
15-0, yeah. That's dominant. What was clicking for them early on?
Well, Lucas Byrne was apparently all over the glass from the start. And Sonny Maxwell, just relentless going to the hoop. The notes mention his footwork, his finishing. Really impressive.
Right. And Alex Gray and Hamilton were working well together, too. Inside presence.
Exactly. They seemed really in sync, controlling the paint. Meanwhile, Metro, well, they seemed a bit lost.
Yeah, the observations point to, like, rush shots, maybe some missed rotations on defense. They were definitely on their heels.
They did get a little bit going late in the quarter, though. Antonio Browne hit a couple, Ball Dying showed some energy.
True, but Vic Country still finished that first quarter up by 7. Felt like they were firmly in control.
You'd think so, but then the second quarter happens and it's like a completely different game. Momentum just flips.
Yeah.
NSW Metro wins that quarter 25-17.
A big turnaround. What sparked that for Metro?
Antonio Browne, he just caught fire, hit 3 threes in that quarter alone. Apparently was getting to his spots whenever he wanted.
Wow. Okay, so Browne goes off. Anyone else step up for Metro?
Yeah, Nikola Valkovic was really active on the offensive boards, getting them second chances. And Bull Dying, his intensity just jumped up a level, forcing turnovers, getting out in transition.
So Metro found their rhythm. What happened to Victoria's offense during this? Did they just go cold?
It sounds like it got a bit stagnant, yeah. Less ball movement, more contested jumpers. The notes suggest Keegan Johnson and Hamilton were battling hard, trying to keep them afloat.
But it wasn't enough. Metro actually takes the lead.
Yep, just barely. 39-38 going into halftime, a 1-point lead for NSW Metro after being down big early.
Okay, so halftime adjustments needed for Victoria Country. How did they respond coming out for the third?
They responded well, won the quarter 22-14, regaining control. Sonny Maxwell seemed to find his groove again.
Maxwell back at it. Mid-range game. Tough finishes.
Exactly, hitting those shots. And Hamilton really made his presence felt on the defensive end, grabbing boards, contesting everything near the rim.
And Byrne, still bringing that energy.
He was. Got some key second chance points. Alex Gray also chipped in with some timely jumpers. They just looked more like the team from the first quarter again.
And Metro, they couldn't sustain that second quarter momentum.
It seems like turnovers and missed shots started to creep back in. Dying and Browne were still trying to make plays, but Victoria managed to stretch the lead back out.
Right, so going into the fourth, Victoria's back up 60-53, 7-point lead.
Yeah, but Metro wasn't done yet. That fourth quarter was tight, 23-21 to Victoria. Browne hit another deep 3 early on,
Keeping them in it.
and Valkovic had a strong finish through contact. Dying was dishing out assists, and Bailey Hansen apparently played some tough defense for Metro, too. They made a push.
But Victoria held them off in the end. What sealed it for them?
They just seemed calmer down the stretch. Gray hit a tough floater, and Munyard knocks down what the analysis calls a dagger three-pointer.
Oh, a dagger 3. That always hurts.
Doesn't it? Hamilton kept up the defensive pressure, and then Maxwell basically sealed it with a layup and a couple of free throws late. Metro just couldn't quite execute when it mattered most.
Makes sense. So when we look at the key players overall, Sonny Maxwell for Victoria sounds like he was crucial, especially late.
Definitely. Calm under pressure, reliable scorer, and Hamilton just owning the board, setting that physical tone.
And for Metro, Browne was clearly the main offensive weapon. Streaky, maybe, but dangerous.
Very dangerous when he got going. Bull Dying brought incredible energy and hustle, though maybe a few too many turnovers at key moments.
And guys like Byrne and Gray for Victoria, sounds like they were the momentum players, making those key plays at the right times.
Yeah, those glue guys who make big contributions. So, summing it up, Victoria Country, strong start, won the rebounding battle, and closed the game out well.
Though they did have that dip in the second quarter, and maybe it left some points at the free throw line.
True. And for NSW Metro, that second quarter surge was impressive. Browne's scoring, energy from the bench, lots of positives there.
But ultimately, not enough consistency across the 4 quarters. That final score again, Victoria Country 83, New South Wales Metro 74.
Which leads to that interesting question raised in the notes. Metro only actually outscored Victoria in that one quarter, the second. Was it really just about digging themselves that early hole? Or does it point to something deeper about maintaining consistency?
That's the big question, isn't it? Because we see momentum swing wildly in games all the time. What is it, fundamentally, that lets one team wrestle back control and keep it, while another team can look great for a stretch but just can't sustain it when things get tight? Something to think about.